Welcome, Mr. Springsteen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice to have you.
Nice to be here. I'll rehearse a lot during the sound check. Particularly, I try to do a little something different every night. So it's Father's Day, so I'll start with Adam Raised the King tonight.
In the summer and I was baptized, my father held me to his side as they put me in the water. He said, on that day I cried. We were prisoners of love, a loving chains. He was standing in the door, I was standing in the rain, with the same hot blood burning in our veins. Adam raised the king. Well, now all of the old faces, they ask you why you're back. They fit you with possession in the keys of your Cadillac. In the darkness, hearing your mother calls out your true name. You remember the faces, the places, the names. You know it's never over, it's relentless as it rains. Adam raised the king.
Have you already decided what songs to play tonight? Because I read somewhere that you decided after the sound check you try some new songs every once in a while.
Yeah, like I'll go up and like some guy had a sign, my father's house, you know. So sometimes I'll see a sign and I go, yeah, that's a good idea. And I may play that. But it's also, oh yeah, it's something remind me it's Father's Day. So I said, well, maybe I'll start with Adam Raised the King. That'll be something different. And then it just comes from a lot of different places. People ask for things out back sometimes. And also what I haven't played lately or what I didn't play the other night, I may play tonight. So it shifts around and moves around a little bit. But I usually wait till around now to sit down and.
But you've made up your mind now, or?
No, I don't know yet.
So there might be even more surprises.
Who knows? You know, I have a sort of a set that's my basic structure, and then I pull things in and out of it. You know, I have a basic framework for the night. You know, the way the night plays out, and then I move around inside it.
I got my finger on the trigger, but I don't know who to trust. When I look into your eyes, there's just devils in dust. We're a long, long way from home, Bobby. Home's a long, long way from us. I feel a dirty wind blowing. Devils in. I got God on my side, and I'm just trying to survive. What if what you do to survive kills the things you love? Fear's a powerful thing, baby. Can turn your heart black, you can trust. It'll take your God-filled soul, fill it with devils and dust.
In what role do you feel more comfortable? Being the sober storyteller like tonight, or being the sweating rock artist?
I'll probably be the sweating storyteller tonight. So, I like both. I enjoy both. You know, I like the physicality of the band, and it's fun to play with your friends, and it's a wonderful, you know, it's we've been together a long time, and I try to get to the same place, but by taking a different road. I think people come to concerts to be moved emotionally, to be excited mentally and emotionally, to be transformed in some way, and so those are the same goals. I come out at night, and I have the very same goals in mind. And I simply say, tonight, instead of taking this road, we're going to take this road. But ultimately, at the end of the evening, you're reaching for a certain emotion and emotional catharsis and connection. It's always the connection between you, the audience, and the people in the songs. You're out there. You are trying to forge those connections that may normally not get made out in the world in here. So when people leave, they take some of them with them. They take those ideas and the stories and with them. And so it's a different route. We try to do a similar thing with the E Street Band. It's all based on the ideas behind the music, and it's just it's a different form, and those ideas get carried in a different fashion. But I enjoy both. I enjoy playing by myself tremendously because it's very immediate. It's just me, it's just you, and the people in the songs, and that's it.
Different atmosphere, same idea.
And also the audience has to work. They work hard. I mean, it still is tremendously emotional to me that I can come so far from home in the countries where English is not the first language and tell these long stories filled with narrative and have an audience that gets so involved in them. That's unique. That doesn't happen. It's happened so little in the States, if at all. That's unique to here. And there's an intensity with the audience that comes with it, that is very particular. It's particular to here, and it's something that I never take for granted. That I'm up there by myself. I have all these long, involved stories about a far-off place, and people come and they get so involved in them that it's quite emotional. It's quite touching,
Hoe gaat het met jullie? Ik ben blij om in Rotterdam te zijn. Okay, now the hard one. Vanavond vraag ik jullie om stil te zijn, zo dat ik het beste kon geven.
Well, I've done this for a long time. I've always played by myself, even when I was in my teens and early 20s. I had my band, and I would go to the coffee house and play some solo shows, and so I've often done it, but I've kind of created an audience for it with, I guess it goes to Tom Joad and this record, but it obviously goes back to Nebraska and the river, which really is a folk song. So much of my music is folk based. The Promised Land. It's all very roots and folk based. So the stuff moves very easily from one place to the next, and it's something I think I'll be doing this always. I enjoy it tremendously. I get a lot of satisfaction out of it, and there's just you can reach into the deepest parts of the songs, and people can hear everything so clearly that it's very it's exciting to do, but. It's just one of those things that I enjoy playing with the band, and I'll be it's nice to have a couple of different ways to come out and reach the audience.
Let's talk about the new record,
okay.
Which I love a lot, and I really do, and I don't tell it to everyone. Devils and Dust brings back the storyteller Bruce Springsteen. It's about the despair of ordinary people. Is that to compensate the big themes that you have been busy with over the last few years?
I don't know, I mean, I sort of naturally go back and forth between something like, a big show like